Hello, God bless. Leroy here, sitting outside the church. This is my position, where I played now for approximately 150 hours. I had a problem with the police, which I shared with you before. But I decided to come back anyway. Not the police, just two. Crazy discrimination, long story short. I decided, well, they can't do that to a racer. So back to the other story. So now it's day 12, or is it day 13? And here I am teaching the children outside the church. Plenty of witnesses, lots of people are there. And once again, singing original songs, singing the truth, standing with change. It takes 1,000 of the moving adult society to have even 10 cents or 5 cents of compassion in an unbelievably empty, selfish moving adult society. The same results while I sat next to my pregnant sister, Tina, which I've shared before, but it takes 1,000 moving adults to even hear the music or see the art, or walk over and say, oh, here's a token gesture for the music or art. Here's just 10 cents of compassion. Here's 5 cents of compassion to show my appreciation for what you're doing. They don't have the ability or skill. They just continue in it. They'll walk less than 1 meter away. They'll read the text behind my position and fail to recognize my books right there. Fail to recognize from 1 single meter away. This is what's going on in society. When you move in adult society, aren't just a little bit selfish. They're void of emotion. Not even a pulse. They can be 1 single meter away. Plus, do the symbol of the cross with absolutely zero emotion. It's complete and total insanity that they're suffering from. It could be the same scenario. I've said this out loud to the people who are witnesses, and I've been given credit again, like an Uncle Gentile. I've just taken a beer in a mini market this way on 30 cents credit in 4 hours in a pretty busy place. It's getting quiet now around lunchtime. We're in a pretty busy place. It's fair to say that 2,000 adults have moved through here. And in that whole time, 4 have shown any compassion whatsoever. And one of those was somebody who I've got to know a little bit. So it takes 1,000 moving adults to find one with any compassion whatsoever. It's not like that in the children's society. They're walking around, coming past the spot children, and what am I taking? The adult society are unbelievably selfish. Ciao, nice to see you. Spatulism for you. Well, I'm doing this all day, every day. And their level of compassion is they wouldn't offer 10 cents for a writer. With my books clear display, I've left my name away the last couple of days because quite simply they don't notice it. They'll stand looking at everything else on the church wall and fail to recognize the music and art right outside the church. From 1 single meter away. Complete and total insanity is taking place in the adult society. The level of selfishness and the total decay of compassion. I'm singing God help the children, Deus Bambini. I bambini possono vedere, è un miracolo. The children can see it. In the world they've never known, I'm saying, the children can see, they don't live inside the ground. How long has it been this way? The loss of sight and sound, the loss of sight and sound. And that's what they are. They're blind and deaf, absolutely unaware of what's taking place. The stop society can see what's going on. The adult moving society ultimately cannot, but the children can. I'm just reporting the information of what's taking place on that side of the camera. Absolute, complete and total hypocrisy. They'll do this, but not see, hear or feel anything at all. Next to statues, walking past the church, and not see, hear or feel anything at all. They'll take pictures of the church and not recognize music or art 1 meter away from their position. Their lack of compassion is unbelievable. Like I said on one of the previous videos, in an alternative reality which they're not in, they'd be offering writers, artists, poets, musicians 10 cents. And the same again, the scenario is this. Let's say I'm right that the number of adults that have moved through here there's no one else here. I haven't seen 1 single person begging today. There's not 1 single other street artist. In the alternative reality which they're not in, the adults moving through here today, while I play and teach the children outside the church, visibly I'm a writer. Visibly, it could not be more evident. My books are there, my pen. they fail to recognise it with even 10 cents of compassion. So in the alternative reality which they're not in, rather than keep on walking past writers, artists, musicians, homeless brothers and sisters, even if homeless sister Tina is pregnant, they would have offered just 10 cents as a token gesture of appreciation for music or art, as a token gesture of compassion. But they ultimately don't. They check the ground instead and continue. Check their screens and continue. Check everything else and avoid all contact with music and art with 0.0 compassion and claim to be believers. Believers they're not. They're not. It's unbelievable hypocrisy around what they're saying. Unbelievable hypocrisy. And almost zero compassion in the moving out society. I'll fight on, but well, I wish you could see what I'm seeing. Their compassion is almost zero. An unbelievable hypocrisy. So I'll keep you posted.